Hello, sweet friends, and welcome to day 21 of our Let's Get Healthy challenge. So it's been a few days since we chatted. Definitely let me know what's going on and your results and how you're doing. Today is day 21, so it's our 3-week check-in. We are going strong. I'm still working out, even if I just get a walk-in on some days because I'm tired. Making sure to get that workout in every day. Even if you just do 30 minutes of walking to an hour, you'll see those times improve. You'll see an elevation and speed improve. It's really important. Just make sure you're exercising every single day. So I can't stress that enough. So I have kind of hit a plateau at this point. I did put this in a post last week only because I think that I'm gaining muscle because of all the working out that I didn't do before that I'm doing now. And of course, muscle weighs more than fat. And so my weight on the scale has plateaued, but my fitness levels and my muscular strength are definitely increasing. So that's a positive. Still not eating sugar, so that's really important. Still trying to make sure kind of a low carb diet, not necessarily keto or anything like that, but just staying away from those really high carbohydrates because those insulin spikes are part of what cause us to store that excess glucose as fat. So we don't want to do that if we can help it. So still doing intermittent fasting, but I've learned something in the meantime that I want to share with you. And that's that if you continue doing intermittent fasting for a really long time, that you can hit a plateau with it because your body adjusts its caloric needs. And so it's actually good, and you're going to be very happy with this news, it's actually good to fast for a few days and then take a break for a day and make sure that you actually eat breakfast and lunch and a few meals and kind of trick your body and shock your body into, wait, okay, I do need more calories. And then fast for a few more days and then do it again. And that way you're actually keeping your body on its toes, so it's not becoming accustomed to a lower caloric need and then therefore lowering your metabolism. So it's really important that we don't just keep going at this point since we're now at the 3-week mark. So today we're going to talk about tea. Tea is amazing when we're doing intermittent fasting. It's amazing if we're doing any kind of weight loss plan or get healthy plan because it's great to have in between meals. It's also great for nourishing the body with extra nutrients, vitamins, minerals, so many things that we can get out of tea. It's also a really great way to drink our oils for the day, including our citrus oils, which of course help us to detox. So we're gonna make some tea together today. The noise that you hear in the background is my water cooker. I think that's what it's called. I don't know, it boils water, so I've always called it a water cooker. It might have a totally more scientific name, but I can find it on Amazon as a water cooker, so you can too. But so there's a few different ways that we can make tea. So there's black tea, there's green tea, there's rooibos, which is a type of red tea. There's honeybush tea, which comes from Africa and is actually amazingly delicious. Those are the different types of teas that we can get from tea leaves. But then we've got herbal teas, which we can make from almost any aerial part of a plant. So those are called infusions in the herbal medicine world. So we're going to talk about a little bit of all of those. So green tea is really great for weight loss. It has the EGCG that helps your body to actually elevate your metabolism and your heart rate and gives you energy. Then of course you've got some caffeine in most of them. So you can get decaffeinated though if you want, but generally if you start looking at the decaffeination process, they use some chemicals there that you may not want to take internally at this point, given that we're trying to detoxify. So white tea is phenomenal because you don't have the caffeine and it just has this very mild flavor. So of course you can do standard black tea if that's what you prefer to. So there's lots of things that we can do. Herbal teas, the sky is the limit. So you can get herbal teas that come in a box. So if you do stick with traditional medicinals or the Yogi brands or something that says organic, because otherwise you don't know what's on the herbs that you're using. So sorry about the sun coming through the window. I'm trying to dodge it this way and that way. But so like this is one that I drink. It's called Echinacea Plus. So, and this is one that has lots of great things for my immune function in it. So for example, it has 3 different kinds of echinacea in there. Then it has lemongrass, it has spearmint. So pretty simple, but tastes great and helps my immune function if I drink a cup a day. You can get those. You can get the Gaia brand, which is really great also because Gaia actually uses tinctures. They use dried tinctures in there, which are extracts, so they're more potent in their tea bags. And so these are really great, but these are more specific. So like for the example, this one is Throat Shield. So I wouldn't use this daily. I would use this if I'm trying to repair my voice, if I'm a singer, or if I have a sore throat or something like that. So the other thing that you can do is get pre-mixes. So this is from Mountain Rose. So that's my preferred place for getting the mixes. So mountainroseherbs.com is a great place for that. Hey, I think I found a spot where you can see me without the shadow. So this is called Peace Tea. And if you look at this, and it just smells amazing. But if you look at this, you can see all the different plants. This has chamomile and roses and lavender and so many yummy things. This is a calming tea. So this is a really great thing to drink if you have high stress levels or if it's time to go to sleep. So one of the things you can also do is purchase your herbs separately and make your own mixes, which I do also. I make a lymph tea blend to cleanse my lymph system and numerous other ones. So one of my favorites is peppermint and nettle. So nettle is very nourishing to the body. A lot of times we stay away from stinging nettle just because it does sting if you touch it. Even dried, you have to be careful getting it on your hands because it will leave a little stinging sensation. But it is so high in bioavailable minerals for the body. So because we're working out so much more, this is a really great thing for our bones and our muscles. And then peppermint, of course, is energizing and oxygenating to the body. It opens everything up, including oxygenizing to our brain, which helps us focus, right? We can do the same thing with peppermint oil too. And it tastes great. So I like mint tea. And so I can combine these two in a couple of different ways. So that's the next thing I'm going to show you. So if you're just making 1 cup of tea, you can get one of these little tea infusers. So this one's kind of a cutesy one. It's shaped like a house and it says tea. I like little random things like that. But basically, I would pack my plant material in here, close it up, put this into my cup. You can actually, so that it doesn't fall in, you can put this around the handle of your cup, okay? So literally just take your cup and put it around. It's hard to do with one hand. And then put this in your cup. And then you're gonna pour your boiling water in there, okay? And so that's one thing that you can do also, if you're just making 1 cup of tea. So of course, if you have a tea bag, you don't need to do all that. You can just put your tea bag in, pour your boiling water over it, let it steep 2 to 5 minutes and go, right? So don't use sugar, okay? We are trying to stay away from sugar. You can use honey. Honey's great. If you want something low insulin, you can also use coconut sugar, which is phenomenal for this purpose too. So that's 1 cup of tea. You can use a tea bag for 1 cup of tea. The other thing that I usually do, because I drink a lot of tea during the day, especially the nourishing ones for my body, is I use a steeping, I guess this is a pot, so a steeping pot. You can buy steeping mugs where it's just a bigger mug and it has the steeping component in it too. So that's this little basket right here that your plant material is going to go into. And so I'm just gonna pack my plant material in here just lightly. You don't need to squish it in or anything like that. That can actually break the mesh. And then my boiling water goes over the top of this and then it steeps again. And the longer you let it steep, the more of the minerals and vitamins you're going to get out of your tea. But of course, we don't want cold tea necessarily either, although you can use it for that purpose. If you want to make a gallon of tea, you can find tea infusers that are this big. It's called a 3-inch. And you can take your plant material and pack it in there and put it in a pot. Make sure it's stainless steel or glass because we don't want any of those toxins getting into our tea. And just put it in the pot and fill the pot with water and bring it to a boil. And you can make a gallon at a time. Let that one steep at least 10 minutes though. That's really important for you. So what are some oily solutions that we can do? So like I said, we can add our peppermint oil. And you only want to add 1 drop for a cup, 2 drops for a little pot, and then for a gallon, probably about 3, 4, maybe even 5 drops. It just depends on what you want to do and how much of that mint taste you want. And we've talked about what peppermint does for the body. The other thing that we can add to that is the yarrow pom. So yarrow pom really helps support our cellular structure. It helps us with metabolism, and there's lots of research coming out on what else this one does. So this is a great way to utilize the yarrow pom internally. My favorites to couple with the yarrow pom are going to be your citrus. So my favorite of all time is tangerine. I love putting tangerine in my tea, and that's just my personal preference. Bergamot is great. There's a couple of teas that you can actually get, black teas that already have bergamot oil in them. And then, of course, you can do your standard lemon so that you have that lemon honey flavor that we all kind of know too. So have fun with it. Get creative. There's so many tea choices out there. And just, find what works for you. And every day is going to be different. There are days where I want citrus. There are days where I want mint. There are days that I want my peace tea because the kids are stressing me out, right? So it just depends on what you want. So stay true to what you're doing. Share your results below. And let's keep having fun and keep each other accountable. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.